Alright guys, we're going to cover the ads manager now, and what we're going to do is we're going to be covering some of the menu options first. So I just want to teach you guys how to navigate the ads manager. So on the left hand side, this is just a screenshot, which it may change just a little bit over time, but the general items always stay the same. The look usually changes because Facebook's great like that. So under frequently used on the left hand side, this is really just your quick access. So your adverts manager, power editor, these are just options that you use quite often. Then you have your under create and manage, you've got your ads manager and your power editor. Now of course there's other options in the ads manager, but these are the main ones that you use initially in this course. And in our Facebook ads for service businesses, we go into more details like audience insights, how to use that, how to use audiences, how to use your pixel, set that up and all that sort of stuff, and custom conversions and a bunch of other stuff. Your adverts manager, so we're going to cover that versus the power editor, so the pros and cons, and then we're going to cover billing and payment methods, which I think we already sort of covered billing, so you guys already have an idea about that. But so these are the main ones that you'll use most of the time anyway. So now I'll just quickly flick over and just show you guys my screen. Okay, cool. So you guys can see under my own adverts manager, it looks pretty much exactly the same as the screenshot there. So Facebook hasn't updated it since I put these slides together. Okay. So your adverts manager is really good for analyzing performance of your ads and how they're going, whereas a power editor, no good for analyzing performance. It doesn't have enough options. It's not a quick enough view, and so we don't use it for that. The adverts manager is good. You can just switch ads on and off really quickly, and you can quickly jump in and check. The power editor, you can switch ads on and off. It's just not as easy. I mean, they're right there to switch off if you want, but it's just a different version. It's just a little bit harder. The adverts manager, you can edit the audience pretty quickly. And you can also do the same in the power editor. And with the adverts manager, you can't edit ads while they're running in real time, whereas with the power editor you can. So that means if you've already posted an ad on your page and it's already running and it's already getting likes and it's already getting engagement, then with the power editor, if you created that ad in the power editor, then you can go into the power editor and you can edit it, which will pause the ad while you're editing it, and then you can submit it again and it will just sort of update the edits. Whereas with the adverts manager, if you create an ad in the adverts manager, then you're not able to go into the power editor and edit it. Like you won't be able to edit it at all. You actually have to delete it and run a new one, which takes a lot of extra time, because you're waiting on approval, and so it's just a lot slower to create ads. But to analyze the performance, the adverts manager is great, but for power editor, it's much better for creating ads. So let's just go into the adverts manager first, and we'll show you how that works. So we're under the Tiki Taco account. This is one of my previous clients' accounts. So what we're doing right now, it's been a while since we've run anything for them. So we're just having a look here at their campaign. So under campaign, it just shows you the name that you've entered. It shows you how much you've spent so far. It shows you what you're paying per click. We don't really care too much with that. It shows us reach. So this is helpful along the way. And it just shows how many people that the ad itself was shown to. So I know off the top of my head that out of the 5,900 people that this particular ad reached, we had 176 vouchers grabbed. So that's pretty amazing. I think it only cost us like 17 cents a voucher. Because there was a lot of organic extra traffic as well, referrals and friends telling their friends about the vouchers and stuff. So then when we click the campaign name, it takes us into the next section, which is the advert section. and it's typically 3 levels deep. So the campaign is really just gives you an overview, and then the advert set level here gives us more detail. So that gives us detail with the audience, and I'll show you guys the audience in a second. So let's go into that. If we go edit advert set, we can take a look at the audience. So the advert set level, okay, this is just showing us the budget section. So how much we ended up paying per day, $8 a day. The audience, so if we hit edit, it shows us more details. So we had 71,000 people we could have potentially reached initially. That was within 2-kilometer radius of Tiki Taco's business on Colombo Street. We'd selected the type of people that we're after. So really this level here, the audience level allows you to do some detailed targeting and really, one of the most important aspects of Facebook ads. And then we go into the next level. We go into the advert name level, or advert set. So this is more or less just the advert level. So this actually shows us our individual adverts that we're showing to that audience that we just took a look at. And this is really where we want to check performance. So in this drop down here, it shows us different sections that will give us different menus along the top here to have a look at. Usually I'll create custom columns under this section, but the main thing that you want to look at just at a glance here, guys, when using your advert manager, is you want to look at the reach. So how many people actually saw your ad. And what actually happened is we ran 2 ads. They had 2 different images on them. Let me pull up the image that didn't work very well. You can see here on the right. So this image here was really dark, and the food just didn't look that appetizing. Whereas the ad that was performing really well was really bright, really clean, looked really professional. You can see there, it sort of makes your mouth water just looking at that taco there. It's a soft taco, so well, that's why it looks like a wrap. And so what actually happened in this particular campaign was that the main thing you want to look at when you first launch your campaign is the reach, and you can test an ad by letting it run to about 500 reach. And so we let both of them run to 500, and what we noticed was that the first bright ad was actually performing, which is what I thought, it was performing like 3 to 5 times better than the second ad. The other thing that's really important is relevancy score here on the end. So this one's got a 9. So what that means, that's almost the best relevancy score you can get, which means you're getting the absolute lowest cost Facebook ad that you can. It's rated out of 10. So if you get 10 out of 10, that's pretty amazing. I get that now and again, but 9 is perfect. So a relevancy score of 7 or up means that your Facebook ad's going really well. What they mean by relevancy is the offer that you're putting out there to the audience that you selected. The offer has to be relevant to that audience. If it's not relevant, then you get like a score of 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. If it's 6, you can let it run for a little bit longer, see if the relevancy score climbs up to maybe a 7 or an 8. So if it's 7 or above, you're doing great. If it's 6 or below, you really want to cancel the ad and run something else, because you're paying more than you have to with your Facebook ads. And Facebook will just charge you more and more money the more your relevancy score drops. So you really want to try to keep your relevancy score nice and high, because then you're paying the least amount per click, and you're paying the least amount to get your offer in front of the perfect person who would be most likely to buy your product or service. So that's the Adverts Manager, guys. It gives you a really good rundown and a good training on that for the most part. Obviously, there's more that we can teach you, but we go into more detail in our Facebook Ads for Service Businesses course. So let's jump over into the Power Editor. And if you do decide to buy our Facebook Ads for Service Businesses course, we're going to go into a lot more detail and really how you can build an email list virtually for free. That's really important so that you can actually send repeat offers out once you own that traffic, or you own that list, or own those email addresses, and you can actually really increase your profits that way. We're going to show you how to build out your own landing pages in less than 30 minutes. You can have landing pages on your website. Even if you don't have a website, we can show you how to build landing pages without a website in less than 30 minutes. That will help you to generate 500% profits. We like with Tiki Taco, with these guys I'm showing you right now, we spent like $56.36. We had 176 vouchers grabbed, and the next Friday they had a 30% increase. By the next Friday they had a 30% increase in sales. So costing only 17 cents per voucher. So that's awesome. That's an excellent return on investment. And like I've said before, guys, marketing is not a cost. Marketing is an investment, and it generates a positive return on investment. So that's really what we're wanting to do. If you want to grow your business, you need to put some money into your marketing and into learning these things. We do have a couple of clients that we work with that we actually do all this for, but we also teach you guys how to actually set this all up yourselves and get it running. So we're in the Power Editor now, and we've selected the account that we want to be editing. You've got on the top here, you've got campaigns, advert sets, and adverts. Now I just want to flick over and make sure I'm not jumping ahead of ourselves. Okay, cool. So with the campaign level, that's where you basically write the name in, and you select whether you're paying for link clicks or clicks to conversions or whatever. So we'll select the tick box. Then we'll go into advert sets for the one campaign. Now under advert sets, this is where we're targeting the audience. So if we hit, we don't want to edit the name, we just want to edit. This is where we can actually edit the amount we're paying per day. We can edit the amount of people that we're reaching per day, and the types of people that we're reaching. Advanced targeting, like we can target the location, how close they are to your business. We can target their age. We can target male or female. We can target people who are most likely to be interested in your product or service. So we can really narrow all that down for you. And then what you can also do is you can edit the placements. So a quick tip here that's really important, guys, is that this will save you a lot of money on your Facebook ads. You want to deselect Instagram, especially if you're in a small town, because that way, because let's face it, when you set up your Facebook ad, you're optimizing it for Facebook audiences, not Instagram. And Instagram is a completely different audience. Like, sure, you might have your Facebook friends that are also on Instagram, but people will respond to things differently on Instagram. With Instagram, people prefer to have something like an eye-catching picture that's like really amazing, something that's entertaining. Whereas on Facebook, you can put a straight ad out, and if it catches people's eye, they'll go for it. Whereas Instagram, it might be an ad, but people don't really want to see an ad on Instagram. Not like an ad. So you got to get really creative with your images, or if you're going to do a short video, then you got to get really creative with your short video. Just deselect Instagram, deselect everything except for when you go into Facebook, only have feeds running. So deselect everything else. That will save you a lot of cash. Because we're optimizing our ads for Facebook newsfeed, which is the feeds here. So that shows up in the newsfeed on mobile phones and on laptop or desktop. And on the bottom here, it's getting hot in here, just going to take this hoodie off. So under optimization and delivery, we just go with the automatic setting because Facebook will optimize the ad depending on how it's actually performing for you. So we just automatically let Facebook help us get the best bids at the best price. We don't really do any adjustments to our delivery at this point. Next up is what we can do is we can click the edit button. Cool, so that pops away. So we've got this selected, so when we hit up top here, adverts for one advert set. Okay, so we're gonna have 2 adverts. So with the Power Editor, now this is a lot different from your ads manager, what I'm gonna show you. So let's select the second ad. Let's hit edit. Now let's say if this ad was running right now, what's really cool is we can actually go and we can change the Facebook page automatically while it's running. We can change it to an advert with multiple images and a carousel. So you can, have different images here. It gives you a really quick preview of how your ad's looking, which is really handy as you're building it. So your advert, you can actually change the image. You can change it to anything you want here. Say if I do this picture of obviously this picture of the woman isn't really gonna work. Yep, so you can change the images straight away. You can change the what it says down here. So instead of saying Tiki Taco, it could say Tiki Taco Cool Tacos.com. And what it'll do is it'll change it down the bottom here, Tiki Taco Cool Tacos. Instead of the text, you could change it to, hey, it's Jono and James from Tiki Taco. It automatically just updates the text in the ad there itself. So you can see here that, and this is actually called a crazy discount funnel. So this is one of the particular funnels that we teach in the Facebook ads for service businesses course. So you can see here, guys, you can edit everything as you're actually doing it. So that's really handy. So that's the Power Editor. That's the Ads Manager. I hope this has taught you guys a little bit about the differences between the two. And then once you're done, at the top there, just hit review changes. Now my caveat here is usually you need to be using Google Chrome for the Power Editor to work. I won't bother testing it because I don't really want to update those changes, so I'll just hit discard changes. But usually Google Chrome is the only thing that will allow you to edit everything in the Power Editor. But that gives you guys a really good idea about how to run your ads through either the Ads Manager or the Power Editor. So next we're going to actually launch your first ad. So this is really exciting. So let's get that ready for you.